Hey everybody, in this video we're going to look at my Torment 6 Firebird build using Electrocute with Forked Lightning. So let's get to the skills. My primary is Electrocute with Forked Lightning. This gives criticals a chance to release forward charge bolts, so high criticals essential for that. I'm using Hydra with Mammoth Hydra. Naturally you'll see this in a lot of builds. It is really damn good. This of course lays down a fire damage over time. That really helps with the fire build set, or Firebird set bonus. I'm using energy armor for tier 6 or torment 6. Gives great defense. I'm using familiar with spark flint for extra fire damage and 10% increased damage overall. Magic weapon with ignite. I tried the 20% force weapon, but I found that ignite actually works a little better with this. So I'm going with that. That gives a chance for 300% damage over time, over 3 seconds, fire. And then finally Black Hole with Blazar. This rapidly gets the set bonus going with about 1400% weapon damage of the 3000 that you need. So this works on single target and huge groups. It's a great skill to use for Firebird. And then my passives, Conflagration. This is for the increased critical, ties in with the Forked Lightning, Electrocute. Right now I'm about 60% I believe with this going, critical chance. Unwavering Will, since I'm channeling Electrocute so much, I'll be standing for more than 1.5 seconds, so that makes it so that I could be surrounded and still be able to take, or not take very much damage and also increase damage. And then Audacity, since there is no CCs in this build really, I mean I might have like 1% chance to do some random shit. This one, when enemies get close, I'll do additional damage. So with these two, that's a 25% damage increase, so that's pretty good. And then finally Blur for extra defense. Definitely recommended for Torment. So let's get to the gear. And as you can see, I have 5 pieces of the Firebird set. I have the shoulders, hands, pants, and chest, and feet. Now I do have Ring of Royal Grandeur, which makes it so that I only need 5, or else I'd need a helmet or an offhand. So of course I wanted both of those to tie in with my Electrocute. So for my helmet I have the Velvet Camarel. Double the number of enemies Electrocute jumps to, which is great because Electrocute only hits 3 enemies, but with this it hits 6, or well, however they word it could be 5. But also I have Mycon's Ball of Hate, which allows Electrocute to chain to enemies that have already been hit, so I'll hit them twice. So with these two together, Electrocute becomes very deadly. What's that die doing there? And then I also have 2 pieces of Talrash's set. That's essentially just for the little 5% damage increase, but also it gives me 100% resistance to all elements, and also a little arcane power regeneration, which I really don't need for this build. It doesn't use much. Hydra only uses 15 arcane power, and then Blazar only uses 20. So that's really, I could change those out pretty readily. As far as my main hand weapon, I have the Gift of Celeria. And you're probably wondering why. The reason why is because it's an ancient, and it has huge amounts. It is probably my highest damage single hand weapon. So I could actually get rid of that, or use a slot unique, and then reforge reforge it to have 5 main skills, like 10% increased damage, but I haven't yet. I'm kind of holding on to it for other reasons, because they are pretty rare. So this works too. And then finally for defensive, I do have Unity on both me and my follower, and then she also has Smoking Thermal Thurible, which makes it so she cannot die, and then that makes it so that it halves my damage. So half the damage goes to her and she cannot die. So as you can see, my toughness is pretty outrageous right now. Without buffs, I was buff up. So now I'm at 26 million toughness while I stand still. When I move I'm at 20 million. And then I'm at, my damage is at 1.8 million, and then when I move I'm at 1.7 million. So that's pretty damn high for not having, well, I mean my gear is actually pretty good, but I do not have any fire damage increase. Like I said in my last video, I don't go for elemental damage is because I do change things up quite a bit, and that's kind of counterproductive for doing so. I do like to try everything out. So as far as my stats go, I do have a 14% bonus to elite damage through my Unity ring. Oh, and my bracers are just random bracers. Every time you destroy a wreckable object, you gain a short burst of speed. That does help for farming or getting around a little quicker. So if you see a barrel, you just zap it and then run off for 1 or 2 seconds. Anyway, attack speed increase 24%. A little bit of from my gear, and then some from my Paragon level. And then critical hit chance 52, so 58 with conflagration. So that's pretty high. I crit quite a bit. Let's see. Critical hit chance 423. I wish I could be up higher, but of course I'd have to rework everything. So that's good enough. Area damage 70%, pretty good. I would love to have it at 100%. 5% for all my elemental, but really it's only fire. That's really what I'm busting. That's about it. That's just physical damage. So otherwise, armor pretty high. Physical resistances, everything is pretty high, so you'll see that it takes a lot for me to get hurt. And this is a solo build. When I do go into multiplayer, I'll lose my Enchantress, and then I'll be stuck either change out Unity, or if somebody else has Unity to help us out. But that is hit or miss gamble when you're doing randoms. I do have 38% crowd control reduction, so if I get jailed or stunned, my Unity ring will slow that down quite a bit. And then that's about it. I got 706,000 health, pretty high. Life per second pretty low. Life per hit, I want this higher. Life per kill, I need to get rid of that. I don't Torment 6, you don't kill stuff fast enough for that to be useful. So hit and life per second, really good. Bonus not that great. But that's about it for everything there. So let's get to killing some shit. And good old Weeping Hollow. So all I really do is I do like to set up my Hydra in front of me. That way when things run towards me, they'll run through the Hydra flame. So it doesn't have to shoot all over the place and things are walking just through it. They'll be standing in it. That's one of the things I did notice. But as you can see, the chain or electrocute bounces everywhere, and then I'll use that. That'll quickly ramp everything up, kill everything very quickly. Now, if you could imagine, I'm not trying to tell you that this is the build to use. I'm telling you that this is what I have made, and any changes that you want to make, of course, put it in your comments and everything about what can be done. I know fire damage would be a huge one for this build. As you can see, it melts everything. And then with that Blazar, Black Hole Blazar, that gets everything up to 3,000% damage so quickly. Even single targets like bosses and really tough single targets, once you get them up to 3,000% damage, they'll burn until they die. So that makes it a lot easier. So you could stay mobile. They'll still be dying. Get off whatever you can while you do that. Stay alive. And it's definitely a powerful build. Like you can see, or as you see, there's no CCs with this. So which isn't a problem with my huge amount of defense. And when they get close, I also get more powerful. And then I could also use a Blazar around myself, which will stop pretty much all damage, or at least melee damage, from getting to me. Yeah, pick up some gold there. But you'll notice I really do like Electrocute. It is one of my favorite builds. I do have the offhand that allows me to shoot 3. I hate that. 3 fireballs, and that works pretty well, but it doesn't seem to work that well for Torment 6. This seems to work a lot better because it's a free channel, and then it does so much damage. I also don't have any legendary gems. I do have all of them, and I could pretty easily skill them up with this and Greater Rifts, but I'm not a big fan of using those, because then there's good ones, and like if I used the primary skill damage increase, you could imagine that with fire. I could probably get my twice as much damage pretty easily through using those two just for my Electrocute. But it would take some work, and well, not really for a lot of people, but for me, since I like to change things up and show you guys different ways of playing, I'm leaving it open to you to use what you want and show you what you can use for this. But I'm pretty damn happy with the build. I have done greater rifts. I believe up to almost 30 with this pretty easily, with quite a bit of time left. Especially with that 3,000% damage per second once you get something up to there. You know, speaking of which, I haven't even really found a elite pack yet, which kind of sucks, but oh well. So yeah, I'd say give it a try. Of course, you know, Torment 6, you do need quite a few pieces of this gear, the set, along with Unity, and you know, it's not really too bad. If you do play a wizard a lot, you can slap it all together pretty quickly. But if not, you could do lower stuff with part of the gear, and it'd work just as good. For lower torments, you know, even up to Torment 4. Torment 6, you definitely need as much defense as you can get. As you can see, I'm getting hit pretty hard. Or not pretty hard, but getting hit quite a bit, and it's not really doing much damage at all. I'm hitting things so often that life per hit is keeping me alive. It's not a problem at all. Man, these witches. There we go. So, well, hopefully you enjoyed this, and as you can see, it's a decent build. I don't know. To tell you the truth, I'm not a huge fan of Torment 6. I understand it's for difficulty, but all it really comes down to is just making sure you got the most damage there. Oh, here we go. There. So we'll get these guys up to 3,000% and they'll burn. Oh, well, I guess they were pretty weak. That guy burned to death. But, it is a great single target, even though I really don't have single target skills. Everything tied in together will make them burn so quickly that once they hit 3,000% weapon damage, they'll just rapidly die. I mean, of course, there are some pretty damn tough enemies, so they will take a while, even at 3,000% weapon damage. But if you really worked on this build and you got all your damage, elemental fire damage up high, and along with some legendary gems thrown in there, yeah, you'd be stomping ass pretty quick. But, ooh, what do we got here? And the thing is that I don't seem to get very many legendaries, even though it's on Torment 6. I mean, I'm sure there's other ways to do it. You guys get sucked up. Oh, you ain't going nowhere there, buddy. Oh, damn, running me through everything here. Alright, there we go. Ooh, 200 X, look at that. Guess I gotta talk a little shit and then I'll hook it up. But, yeah, I don't know. The only reason why I'd play Torment 6 is if I had the defense to do so. Because that really does suck when you get one-shotted. Haven't really used this too much in multiplayer. I've just farted around on it. A lot of times people are a little under-geared. So then it turns out to take even longer than this because people aren't killing shit fast enough. So, of course, I guess I need to just get more friends that play the game, and then we could all use Unity. But hope you liked the video, and make sure to like and or subscribe to Dread's Escape. If you haven't gone there, go ahead and go there now. Just click below Dread's on when you look at the video. It's in the name. If you've never used YouTube, okay, I don't know anybody on the planet that hasn't. But if you like anything there, I also got different games too. Diablo is not the only game I play. I just essentially whatever I'm playing at the time, I'll make videos about. I'll think of videos to play. You know, I got plenty of time at work to think these things up, so hopefully you guys will stick around and see what else I have. Oh, so this is the second video of the third that I'll be making just today. My next one will be my Witch Doctor build. Torment 6, of course. And I got a couple tweaks to do with that one that I thought up before I got home. And so I'll do that to make it a little better. It is Torment 6 ready, as is, but I want to make it a little more powerful. I got a couple ideas that a couple changes that I can make. And I think I will slap on one legendary gem just because it's a Witch Doctor. And they got one perfect gem for it. So you'll have to check it out and see. So anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.